Hi, it's Jason Perico for Bianchi Honda, suggesting you start your new year with a new Honda. Start by leasing America's best-selling SUV, the 2016 Honda CR-V EX all-wheel drive with standard features including moonroof, heated seats, touchscreen display, and more for only $299 a month with no money down. Lease Erie's favorite, the 2016 CR-V EX all-wheel drive for an amazing $299 a month here at Bianchi Honda.
Sports Radio, 1330 AM, The Fan. He is Jim Brunelli, coach of the Gannon Lady Knights, and it's the Gannon Lady Knights Coaches Show. What's up, Jim?
Oh.
I did it again!
There it is. There it is. It's starting to feel natural. That's good.
I'll start running when
That's
we're done.
No, there's no need to run. There's no need to run.
We got big halls here, though.
You do. You do. I'll tell you what, we ever run out of space at the mill, I'm coming in here.
Sure. Do it from 4 to 6. I'll do play-by-play.
There you go. That's all we need. That's all we need.
Jim Brunelli, coach of the Gannon Lady Knights, and coach, it's a work in progress this year, for sure.
Yeah. It is.
You went up the hill last Wednesday, was it? And you
Yep.
played Mercyhurst. An exciting atmosphere.
Yeah.
First and foremost, it's good to see that many fans coming out for local basketball.
Absolutely.
Love it.
Absolutely. We're used to seeing that at the mill. Our fan base is amazing. We're used to seeing that at the mill. Not necessarily used to seeing it when we go on the road in the PSAC. Usually we bring a lot more fans than the home team. That's no disrespect. It's just a great showing for our Gannon team. And but what a great atmosphere. There was a great crowd there. And then right for the beginning of the men's game, that place was capacity pretty much.
Yeah, no doubt.
So it was really good. Great win for the men. Like I said, was telling you earlier, we competed a little bit against a very good team. Mercyhurst is as good as advertised. They have 5 seniors that start. They have another one coming off the bench. And I was always told that you win with seniors. And we've done that. I've done that in the past. And they're doing a great job. And I thought our ladies, we competed. We turned the ball over. Again, I sound like a broken record when we talk about turnovers, but turnovers will kill you. I think every coach will tell you that. We had 6 assists, 20 turnovers. We lacked a post presence. That's 2 games in a row now where post player, Lenise couldn't get going offensively. And that's tough when you're big. When you're big, goes 0 for 5 from the, she had a free throw. I think she was 1 for 2. She had 1 point, 11 rebounds. That's rough. And when you got good looks, you expect them. Like I was telling you earlier, I would be scratching my head if we couldn't get shots. That's what drives coaches crazy. And you'll hear, listen, not that I listen to the fans, not that I hear them. And trust me, our fans are very vocal, and I love them because we have fans. I've been in gyms where there are no fans, so I'm very grateful. Whether they're critiquing me or critiquing the other team, fans are fans.
Comes with the territory.
It is, and I'm grateful that we have them, and I get a lot of advice. But the thing is if I was sitting here and coming in here talking about, man, we just can't get a shot, we can't muster up a good look, we can't do that, then I would look at our offense and say, man, it's really bad. The plays aren't working.
Yeah,
the system isn't working. But when you can get a kid to get 5 shots from 6 feet and in, and then go another night where she gets 13 shots from 6 feet and in, it's working.
Right.
The shot's just got to fall.
You don't get the number of rebounds either by being positionally unsound.
Right.
You're getting the shots. There's been times in the past. Well, I'm trying to think of times in the past. I'm thinking pre your teams. But post play, since I've gotten to Gannon, has always been hit or miss with the Lady Knights.
Right.
And I'm thinking, there were times where Nettie, and especially in her younger years, she would get underneath and almost look lost.
Right.
And she still had her triple doubles. She still had her great games.
Right.
Lenise, she doesn't look lost.
Yeah.
And some of these other post players that you see heat up, they don't look lost. They're not positionally unsound. The passes. Some of the passes are getting inside.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're getting shots, so that means the passes are getting. Now, hey, don't get me wrong. A lot of our turnovers are guard-oriented. We're not being strong with the ball. But when you look at the people handling the ball, that's where you're talking about inexperience.
Right.
You got freshman, junior, sophomore.
Yeah. And you talk about a senior-laden team. That's like Seton Hill sneaking into March Madness every 4 years.
Yeah.
It's like, well, where'd they come from?
Yeah.
Well, they got 11 seniors on
Yeah.
the team. What do you mean
Yeah.
where they come from?
Yeah. No, and like I said, in that game of our turnovers, we had, there's 8, 11. 11 of the 20 turnovers were from our guards.
Ouch.
That's tough.
Yeah.
That's tough. But that's inexperience. But now I say all that to say this. Our post still got a lot of good looks, and we missed them. So it's not necessarily the plays, but we hung with Mercyhurst. I thought our kids played well. Probably one of our better defensive efforts.
Had to be. That's a great team.
You know, they were coming into that game, they were averaging like 70, 71 points a game. We held them 14 points below their average. We held their starters, their 2 leading scorers, a little bit below their average. And when you do that, we let one of their starters get a couple above. But when you hold a team 14 points below their average, you're doing something right. And as far as our zone and what we worked on, whether we mixed it up, I thought they did a good job. I thought there were times where, whether it was our man or our zone, our effort lacked. We didn't have the intensity that stopped the play before, you know. And listen, there's a lot of great coaches in this league. There's a lot of great coaches. So they're going to make adjustments. It's how do we adjust after they make that. And we got out of cue a little bit. But then we got back in it. We got some. Hey, 3 minutes left. It's a 5-6-point game.
Right, and again, they're 16-2 overall.
Yeah. They're having a
That's
great
a good
year.
team.
They're having a great year.
Now, Coach, it's tough because as fans, you know, if I wanted to, I could go 4-14, throw my hands up, and just decide to be angry. But obviously, there's more to it, and especially when you're a coach. So, is there a file, like a tough year file, where you file things away as experiences to build then off of? In
Absolutely.
The future?
Absolutely.
So, 2 years from now, will you be maybe pointing back and going, "Do you remember Mercyhurst 2 seasons ago?" Or is that?
Well, it's I'll be using. Hey, you remember 2 years ago when we were fighting that battle every game, and we had that consistency, and we were 4 and whatever this time of year, and now we're 14-4. That's when as a coach you're like, you know, sometimes you gotta weather the storm. Some people want to complain about it. You know, it's like you know, dealing with the ocean. You can just get battered with the waves, or you can learn how to surf.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And right now, we're getting battered. We're up a little bit. We're on the board a little bit. But if you know about surfing, it's tough. I don't know if you've ever tried it.
No,
I tried it one time out in
it wouldn't
Hawaii,
go well.
and it was crazy.
But I'm thinking of people every winter, they act like we've never driven in Erie snow before.
That's it. That's it. It's
But
the same
then
thing.
it passes over and we start driving in it. So.
But it's one of those things where, you know, we'll look back at this, and I'm a big believer in what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And that's what we just got to keep preaching to this team. The kids are beat up right now because it's a physical game and they're losing. A loss is on the record. And that's tough to take when you're 17, 18, 19 years old.
Yeah.
And you're coming in, you want things, but they're coming to work every day. They're rolling up their sleeves. Are we getting the effort that we were before? No, we're not. Not every day. And that's just the wear and tear of what losing can do and how much these kids are trying to invest in it. And it's tough when you want something so bad and you're just seeing a little bit of results. But that's what we try to keep harping on. It's look, we're getting there. You know, our last game, tough one.
Mansfield.
Tough one.
Yeah.
You know, that was a game where I really believe we thought just walking in there with Gannon on our chest, we were going to win. They had a lot more to play for. Not that we ever go in there telling our team that we don't have to play. But that was a team that wanted it more than we did. And we had a team high 18 assists. But the killer was we had 19 turnovers. And every time you're shooting yourself in the foot, you're not helping your team. And we had a lot of great things. Julia didn't score. She had 7 assists. That's got to be a career high for her. Okay? But again, second game in a row. Our post players, remember, you can go back. You have the file. You have the tapes on file. Go back. It's like a record. We'll play it again. We got to get our posts to show up and our guards to show up at the same time. Post showed up. Our guards showed up. Our posts went 8 for 28. It's tough to win ball games when your posts go 8 for 28.
And he's Coach Jim Brunelli, head coach of the Gannon Lady Knights. It's never a guarantee you're going to win with Gannon on your chest. It's
Exactly.
virtually a guarantee that with a team like Mansfield, they're going to want to beat you because you have Gannon on your chest.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And listen, I know since I've been here, we've won a lot of games. So anytime, now it's, look, hey, Gannon's down. we're going to jump on
Sure,
them.
sure.
Because it's
Super
their
Bowl.
chance. It's their chance to get a win over us. And we got to go out and battle, and we didn't. And they wanted it more.
Is there a certain type of defense, I don't think your opponents are listening, that is really troubling your team right now?
You know, I don't necessarily think there's a certain type of defense. I just think that sometimes pressure gets to us. Obviously, in the beginning of the year, it was, I'm telling you what, I'm sitting back looking at teams we played, and I'm like, I can't believe they didn't press us. They should, because if I'm watching this film, as soon as you come out on the court, if you leave to go to the bathroom, I'll be waiting outside the door. That's how I'm going to press you. But our kids handled it. Now they're doing some different things where they're taking like a right hand away or a left hand away, or they're doing something like that. But it still shouldn't bother us that much. And I think more of along the lines is, I think some of our kids are second guessing themselves whether they should take a shot or not, which leads to a turnover.
Right. And that's hard to commit that and trust your abilities when you're not seeing it in the win column.
Right, right. And the one thing we just got to do as a coaching staff, and I know I got to do it better, is just keep the buy-in, the process. It's a process. And we got to keep at it. We got to keep working hard. You got to keep taking those shots. Because, hey, you don't take a shot, it's just like a shot missed if you don't take it.
And I feel like there's a way for us to go about this as fans, too. If you want to make your voice heard, then that's all right. But there's still work to be done for the future.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, you know, there's a girl up the street at a high school, this is hypothetical, that you're recruiting. Well, guess what? If it needs to be a team effort. You want Gannon to succeed. We got to find the highlights in this. So, Coach, tell us what the highlights are when you're going and sitting in living rooms right now. You've got some good players that you're not joining a team that can't play.
No, right. It's
no question.
It's we gotta look at it like, and I don't do this. I'm not that savvy with the stock market.
Me neither,
But it's like dealing in the stock market. Right now, our shares are about 3 cents. So I'm saying buy right now because later on, next year,
yeah, not that long.
a few games from now, you might not be able to purchase it. That's how I'm looking at it. That's what I believe. Because if anybody has seen our teams play, come to our practice, the talent's there. We have some talented kids. We just got to put it together all in the same night. And with a young group, that stuff I was telling somebody the other day, just in your normal season when you don't have a young team, it's a roller coaster ride. It really is.
Yeah.
You're going to have some nights where you shoot unbelievable. You're going to have some quarters you shoot unbelievable. There's going to be some quarters where it looks like they just put a lid, a rebounding bubble up there. It's not going in. So there's going to be up and down. What things that have to be consistent? Your defense has to be better. Your defense has to be consistent. We've had some ups and downs, but overall, the kids are still working hard, and we just got to believe more. We got to believe more. We can't second guess ourselves. When it's game time, you got to leave it all out there. You can't worry about what people think or people say, and you just got to go play.
He's Jim Brunelli. Coach, you've got a schedule coming up, and like you said, a couple wins. That remedies a lot. Maybe not even for this season, but for next in the future.
Yeah.
That said, the schedule, you got some pretty good teams.
It doesn't get any easier.
Avoid good teams in the PSAC. You're not.
No, especially with the way the West Side is this year. I mean, you got teams that are bottom of the barrel, and they're knocking off one of the top teams. And then you got, one of the mid-pack teams. Then you got Slippery Rock, very good team.
Yeah, that's next.
They are
5:30
solid.
Wednesday.
Really good team. Coach McGraw's doing a heck of a job down there. And then right after that, the only reason I know is because I'm looking at the schedule right now. We have IUP. So there are 2 home games, but right now we're all focused on Slippery Rock. Went over a little bit of their stuff today, go over a little bit more tomorrow, and then get ready. But they're a very, very good team. They have... Right now, if I had to vote, I vote right now, and I vote probably at the end of the year. Lexi Carpenter is one of the best players in this league, if not in Division II. She is an amazing basketball player. Great guard, fearless, can go 40 minutes. Is like an Energizer bunny. Doesn't get tired. Can score, you name it, any way you want. You want a 3. You want a 3 6 feet off the line. You want her to go and get an old-fashioned three-point play by driving the basket. You want to step back, pull up, you name it, she can score. She is a very good guard. We're going to have our hands full. Plus, they have some really good players around her. They got a nice post presence. They have a freshman that starts for them. They have a really good team that can catch you. So we're going to have our hands full. But the one thing I'm going to guarantee you is our kids are going to battle. They're going to battle for 40 minutes.
Again, that's 5:30 on Wednesday. It is up here in Erie, so we will see you over there. He's Coach Jim Brunelli, coach of the Gannon Lady Knights. And like we said, I'll reset the rest of the schedule for you, so plug your ears if you don't want to hear it. You've got Slippery Rock Wednesday, IUP Saturday, then it goes University of Pitt, Johnstown. I love what they do with their program. It's just crazy. I remember the way it was when I got to Gannon. It's just crazy to think about now. Seton Hill, California, Clarion, again, Edinboro, we know the story there, Slippery Rock, and then Mercyhurst.
Yeah.
So it's not the easiest, but you've got
We don't want it
your
that
work
way.
ahead of you.
You look at our schedule. There was no easy games on this schedule,
No.
and that's the way. That's the way
And
we
there could have
planned it.
been. You could
No,
have chosen that.
listen, we can pull the old line. I'll be your Huckleberry and go play somebody who we could win by 30. I don't want that.
No.
I don't want that, and I hope I never have those games just because of we want to play games that are meaningful, that are going to help us. And I think those games against the Ashlands, against the Virginia Unions, they helped us. One way or another, they helped us.
And you look back, that's something that will stick with players, athletes, the rest of their lives as well.
That's right. That's right.
Good stuff. He's Jim Brunelli. You should we should get a screen up here and do like a film session.
That would be good.
You could
I
teach
want to
me
bring a
basketball.
player over here one of these next times.
Anytime you want.
That would be awesome.
Open door invite.
That would be awesome.
Absolutely. He is Coach Jim Brunelli. It is the Gannon Lady Knights Coaches Show. Coach, who you got in the Super Bowl?
Boy, I'll tell you what, Brady, he's something else.
That's a good pick.
He's something else. But you know what? Matty Ice. I'd like to get the Dirty Birds. I would love it. Last time I did this, I think I picked it was I think the first year Peyton was in Denver, they were in it. I picked them to win and they lost.
Yeah.
So I'm not a good pick. I love watching both teams play. I don't have a dog in the fight, as they say, or a horse in the race. But I know my assistant Amanda Paris and her family are big Falcon fans because they're from Georgia.
I was going to say, you've been down that way.
Yep, been down that way, saw a game in there, so we'll go with the Falcons.
All right. He's going with the Falcons. He's going with the Lady Knights. He is the head coach, Jim Brunelli. Coach, thanks so much.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it.